and the years coming. So I hope and I pray na again, just like sa ating studies sa Book of Luke, we'll be able to understand further tungod sa kining writings. So ang reason behind akong pili ni is that adunay dako nga kalambigitan kini sa ato ang pagsabot o pag-ila may tungod sa Ginoo. Maybe we have a concept about God, yes. Pero ang pangutana is that ang ato bang konsepto sa Ginoo is nauyon ba sa initially presentation kung yung sa pagpadayag sa Ginoo ang iyang kawalingon nadto sa mga naunang nasod or tao na iyang gipili aron na iyang tagaan sa iyang favor o mga panalangin. So mo ay pangutana niya. So with this in mind, I want us to journey together and realign our concept of God. Kay nga naman, tungod kay the book of Genesis is actually the book of foundations. There are two important books sa Bible na lisod kaayo sa tanggalon. Una sa tanan, kung halimbawa ang book of Genesis were never written, kita talagang wala tayong coherent or comprehensive concept about the origin of things. So mao gani bisan gani anaan na nato ang Bible, aduna gyapoy complication sa ato ang understanding may tungod sa origin of things. So unsa na lang kung wala gyud ang book of Genesis. Another thing is that ang book of Genesis is one of the major foundations in the Bible na dili lang ipadayag may tungod sa Ginoo, but it also gives us an introduction of how things really begin. Kunya, ang ikaduhang book sa Bible na lisod tagalog is the book of Revelation. Tungod kay the book of Revelation always affirms the book of Genesis. Without the two books, maglisod kag sabot sa imong Bible. And at the same time, without the two books, it seems that ang atong journey with the Lord is unending. It seems wala kay hope na di napaabot. And when there are two hated books sa Satan sa Bible, so wala siya pakialam kung mag-memorize nimo Book of Psalms, nagagan kang verses na makuha. Pero kung if you study deeply ang Book of Genesis and also Book of Revelation, these are two books in the Bible na major hated ni Satan. Kaya nga naman, tungod kay sa Book of Genesis, ipakita niya ang iyang involvement sa life sa tao, na siya gyud ang hinungdan kung anong nadaot ang kinabuhi sa tao. Kunya, another book sa Book of Revelation is that ipakita dito ang iyang ending. So I don't know kung gibasa ni Satan ang Book of Revelation. Kay ipakita diya kung paano siya tapuson sa Ginoo. And so that is why he is so busy nowadays na iyaha gyud tang i-distract in our dedication sa Ginoo, in our service to God. It is because Satan knows his ending. And he wants na everybody, most of the people na gihimo sa Ginoo, kinahanglan magdamay ko. Mo na iyang goal, mo na iyang tunod. So it's a matter of time, realize na. And so, mo na iyang distraction. So, nga, he hate this book so much tungod kay if you study the book of Genesis, you will begin to have a clear understanding about God. And when you understand God in the book of Genesis, in the book of foundations, your approach to God will be entirely different. Dili na sama sa kaniyang nga imong pag-ila. Your dedication and your desire for God will even increase more. Tungod kay you have set yourselves to really understand who God is in the aspect in wherein how God revealed Himself to His people. So mo na So mo na nga susad na ko nga kita sa Obisyen will journey in this aron nga our knowledge of God will increase fully and we will never treat God the way we considered Him before. And so join me in this journey by rediscovering kinsa gyud ang ato ang Ginoo nga gisimba, kinsa gyud ang atong Ginoo nga atong ginasunod. And so the theme for this year will be Rediscovering God. And today, I will be sharing to you Rediscovering God as our Creator. Ito ang emphasis karong kabutan. And so first things first is that usahay ang ato ang mindset when we read Genesis is para lang sa Sunday school. Sikat tayo sa Sunday school kining story of creation. Unya, kanato ng mga adult, it is as if na magbasahon nato ang story of creation nga kinana, sabot ako ni ana. Murabag, we always assume na ato na yun yung gidawat. Kung tinong kapangutana, imo ba yung gidawat ng na kaninga klase declaration may tungkol sa Ginoo? Kaya nga naman, tungkol kaya ng idea is that daghan ang mga theory na nagawas karon sa world, it is because dili nila madawat kining direct statement may tungkol sa gihimo sa Ginoo. Ang Bible lang ang yusarang book nga gitagaan ta o gitawag nato nga kanang sinugdanan sa panahon o sa kinabuhi nga wa gyud laing pwedeng magsulat. Kaya nga naman, nobody knows really how things begin and how the origin of life begins. And so therefore, kung wala ang declaration sa Ginoo, we would never understand life per se. Hindi na masabtan ang katibukan sa Ginoo. And so to begin, si Moses mo ay writer sa Book of Genesis. In fact, hindi lang Genesis ang isulat na ay 5 ka book. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Kaya ako pangutana, paano nasulat ni Moses ni? Paano niya nasulat ang life ni Adam, o life ni Abraham, and some other characters in Noah, na Moses existed hundreds of years before, after Abraham, Noah, and some other personalities sa Book of Genesis. So it is impossible for him. Wala man siya, wala may YouTube sa una nga pwede niya i-research, wala Google sa una nga pwede niya i-scan ang mga history may tungod sa iya mga patriarchs. So wala laing tubag, but it is out of revelation from the Lord. And most importantly, paano masulat ni Moses kung yun sa paghimo sa Ginoo ang kalibutan? Posible ba na si Moses sa diya naghimo siya o heaven and earth? So, ang direct katubag niya na, wala yun. Pero paano niya naibawaan kini mga detalye galing chapter 1 sa Genesis, the detail of the creation, paano niya na-record ni Moses? So, wala yung lahing direct katubag niya na, but it is God's revelation. Pero the challenge is that it is not easily accepted, especially sa atong generation. So, mo na atong pagkalantaon. So, let me share to you 4 facts mahitungod sa ginaingon sa mga philosophy and ginatawag nato ng mga modern commentators. Number 1, ang ilahang number 1 na false facts na makita nato. Kung mag-isgot ang libro, no? Ang una-una niining ang concept is that book writes themselves without a need of an author. Pasabot, pwede siyang mag-exist. And then ikaduha nga false fact is that cars build themselves without the need of manufacturer. Okay? Facts number 3, music composes itself into beautiful harmonies without the need of a composer. So bisan ang bata makasabot na kini dili sa tinuod. Kaya walay butang na makita nato sa atong palibot existed without somebody who designed and create. So naagid. Kaya impossible na ang libro. Muabot lang siya kalit. Niya ang car, walay mag-invento niya. So it's impossible. So pasabot, these facts are actually clearly a false statement. However, however, countless universities, lecturers, and professors were paid money in order to promote the false facts number 4. Kung saan ang fact number 4, it is entirely false. The whole universe came into being through a process of random chance and beneficial mutations without any need of a designer. Kung sa'yo akong ginayon, familiar mo sa evolution theory? Mo na ilang gina-promote. Kunya, kung ako ma-remember sa elementary ko, ako gibituuhan nga mauni ang kagikan sa tao, una, unggoy ka, kunya, evolve ang time, idagan pila ka tuig, murag, gamay ang imuhang suwang, niya murag ni plat-plat, gamay imong buwan, niya, nagsugod na kuno kag tindog, di ba sa libro, na ipakita na kung paano nag-evolve, hantod na imong tao. Yun na. Primero, dagang kagbalahibo, niya, nagkamang ka, tapos action kag tindog, niya, medyo napurmang imong naon. Muna siya during promote sa mga universities or sa schools. And the thing is that tungod kay it was taught, parang you have an instance na murag inutuhan. Like ako panalita, akong gituhan, yun ang mga. Pero in a clear observation, makita nato na kung tinuod na siya na truly biologic, kung tinuod na siya, unta, ang mga babae nga nanganak karon nagsugod sa unggoy ng ilang anak. Diba? Pero ano mga, bisa gani na, bisa di nato isgutan ng tao, okay, isgutan nato, magdakop kag unggoy, niya imong itali sa imong balay, di man mo evolve into a person, magpabilin mo yun sa unggoy. Suma na yung mga ginatawag nato. Pero ang pakutana is that many have come to believe and embrace this kind of truth may tungod sa creation. Another is that kaning Big Bang Theory. Kasabot mo ng Big Bang Theory. Naminaw mo sa iyong science teacher ganito. So may concept sa Big Bang Theory. The Earth was formed merely by accident. Dito sa universe na ay pagtunong naglupad-lupad, meteor niya, nagbangga sila, niya na ay kitawag na ito big explosion. Niya out of that big explosion, ay mga gagmay na particles na nabungkag nasa space niya. Through time, nagkaroon na nagkadikit-dikit sila niya until sa nahimo siyang Earth. Iyon na ang ilang explanation niya. So ako yun, pila ka bato na nagdikit-dikit para mahimo siyang Earth. Iting dugaya siguro. That is why, ang ilang ginimang na storya is that billions of years ago ang Earth. Ang origin view. So, one idea din. Pero biological explanation or analysis, makita ninyo, it's not entirely true. Kasi kung halimbawa, magkuha kag bato, niya yung ibangga na siya, niya yung dugmuko na siya, nothing happens. Wala may ma-form out of that impact. Wala may ma-form out of that ginatawag natong circumstances. Niya, kung butang sa kagbato sa inyong balay, niya yung obserbahan for how many years, magpabili lagi na siyang bato. Walang evolution na may tapo niya. And so that's how we counterfeit produce what's so-called false facts. Pero ang pait niya kay kining kaupat nga false theory is that this is something that we embrace. It is as if we take it as true and reliable and a source of truth in our origin. So ang pangutana, nga naman nga mga scientists, nga naman ang mga lecturers and professors, ilang ginapromote kini evolution theory with regards sa Big Bang, sa creation, or even sa human existence. Nga naman nga mao na ilang ginapromote. And I think the reason why is they just can't accept that there is a God who created all things. Di nila madawat ng idea niya. Kaya singano naman, mo ni problema pag ang tao magka-bright na ang tao magkadaghan o alamag sa kinabuhi, na ang tao daghan sa nahibawaan sa kinabuhi. He will grow into an idea, he will grow into a person, yung mura mag-iya is that he will most likely depend his intellect as basis of truth and reliable information. And so pag-abot sa idea of God, maglisod sila o comprehend tungod kay daghan sila mga naibawaan sa kinabuhi. And so they just can't accept that there is a God who creates. Ay kadua nga reason nga mo na ilang stand tungod kay dili mo madawat nga you are a created being. Meaning to say, there is a higher superior over your life and over your being and personality. So dili makadawat ang tao na. Si Dr. George Wald, isa niya sa Nobel Prize winner sa biology, sa study of biology. Niya, professor niya sa Harvard. Nag-ingon siya, ang iyang gingon mo ni, naalay duha ka possible reason kung paano nag-exist ang life. Okay, number one, ang concept na ginapromote is life exists in a spontaneous manner. Because about accidents. It just happened by accident. Niya mo ni siya ang evolution theory. The other aspect sa origin of life is that there is a supernatural creative act of God. So mo na siya ang duha. Niya mo na yung gingon. 120 years ago, it was disproved na evolution theory is false and incorrect. Subot pa sabot, they were only left with the one philosophy na ang existing life is through supernatural created act. Creation or created act of God. Mo na lang na. But the problem is that kini mismo si George Wald, ningon siya na I cannot accept the philosophical because I do not believe in God. Mo na gusto. So siya mismo ningon na di na ako madawat kini. Ayun siya, ang akong madawat lang yun na posibleng na ma-absorb niya sa iyang una-una is that if there is a scientific proof na adunay ginatawag nato na Ginoo gyud. Sumo na iyang stand. And so, goal ni siya tungod kay kintawan ang bright kayo, iyang istadiyan ang life, iyang istadiyan ang origin about sa biology and life, study of life per se, pero he cannot accept the fact na everything happened and exists because of a supernatural act of God. So, mao na siya ang idea. Mao nga dako pangutanan na natong tanan ka God. How about us? Are we fully convinced that God is the creator and origin of all things? I'm sure mingon ko nga, yes, may problema niya na. I mean, convinced na niya na. Pero mo niya ako kaya ma-challenge. Why is it that the way we spend our lives, it seems that God is less valued or appreciated? Worse, we set aside or disregard God. Think mo na yung realidad. Natay concept of God, tutang siya ng himo nato, but when we look at our lives, the way we spend our lives, is that God is less valued, less appreciated, and worse is that set aside and disregard. Kaya nga naman, we run our lives. So mo na sad truth niya. Doon na istorya, may tungod sa Sunday school teacher, niya, ingon siya sa mga bata, kinsay, yun siya nga, magtudlo siya may tungod sa creation. Niya, ingon siya, now children, who can tell us what makes the flower spring from the seed? Muna yung ditudlo sa mga bata. Then, ingon siya, ingon ako sa kabata, God does it. Ang Ginoo nagpatubo niya ng liso na nahimo siya tanong. Pero na yun sa kabata na ningon, siya, fertilizer helps. So, mo na yung so, buto sa mo, ang argument din is that we cannot entirely comprehend nga growth is promoted by God. Pero nga to agyo, na-intervention. Tingnan na ang idea. And so let's look at our passage, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Kaya atong tanaw ni for a couple of Sundays. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And I would say, He does not need any help. Wala nang inala ng Ginoo tabang when He created the heavens and the earth. So kini nga particular passage in this story, God is directly introduced to us with a profound statement gikan kay Moses. Moses recorded this one, but God is the one who communicate this to Moses. Kaya nga naman, tungod kay ang goal sa Ginoo niini nga time, or ang goal ni Moses niini nga time is very important, that the truth and the source of all truth is God, and He is the maker of all things. Ganong kinahanglan ma-learn ni sa ganong kinahanglan reveal ni God kay Moses o sa mga Israel. Doon kay idea, niyo mahibawaan, ang Israel was in bondage for 400 years sa Egypt. Buto sa wala sila ay concept of God. Kaya nga naman, ang God na ilan is the God of the Egyptians. Kunya nga kinahanglan introduce ni God kining origin of things. It is because the Egyptians claim na sila daghang kaayo sila mga myth mahitungod sa origin of life and even stories about the afterlife. And so, morning desire ni God na kinahanglan ma-orient sila mahitungod sa concept what is life and the origin of life and even the afterlife. And so, this particular account, the book of Genesis, was actually primarily addressed sa mga people of Israel na nasa desert who have come to follow God. Buto sa kinahanglan establish ni God sa ilang mind kung paano sila came into existence. Kasi ang naibawan lang yun sa tao aning ang time is that they came into being because of just normal birth, regular birth, something na. Kunya, they came into existence tungod kay tao sila, unya, naa sila din, kinabuhi sila, something na. So yun na ang dagan sa ilang una, which is dili layo sa dagan sa atong mind karon. You know, we came into being because we were born in this world. Pero pangutana is that how did a community or a society or a nation, for instance, existed? So, so another thing is that because God wanted to create faith in them, ginala tugluan siya sa Ginoo, and then therefore to teach them that faith is to hold true what is stated without raising questions. Kaya pangutana nila is that tinuod ba yun ang Ginoo? Kisa man ang tawag nato ang Ginoo ba yun? Siya ba yun ang nagpadala nato diri? So they have questions. So God needed to establish that. So atong tan-aw ni for a couple of Sundays as we go. But for a start, mao kini ang proposition na gusto na akong i-share na atong tanan as way of starting points ato ang lesson. God made everything, therefore we are His property. Dili siya sa iyo tungod kay we don't want to look at ourselves being owned by somebody. We are a master of our own. Masuko ta kung na'y magdikta sa inyo. Like pananglitan, isa sa mga struggle ng mag-asawa, isa sa struggle sa bana. Kana ba, kung asawa ganit, daghang kay itudlo sa bana. Maglagot yun ang bana niya na. Kay mura ba akong feeling, kana bang, mura buwan na yun kay level 1. Niya, ang asawa mo, may plano ba? Niya, kaya ang bana, why plano? So, tudluan sa asawa. So, ang idea niya na, murag dili kayo comfortable sa feeling sa bana nga you're always dictated by somebody. Pero pag-abot sa ato ang kinabuhi, it is essential tungod kay, unlike our wives, God is never dictated. Wala siya naghahatag ka nato o dictation in a sense nga mura pag iya lang ihatag na for the sake of teaching us. Pero yung idea is that God is our owner. We have been created by God, so therefore we belong to Him and we are His property. Property by implication is something owned by someone. Kunya, lisod tanini tungod kay hindi nato kaayo na siya mabatik kay nga naman tungod kay unlike the Israel wala ta niagi ta pagka-slave. So mo ni dako hinungdan na gusto naman itang-aw tungod kay gi-impress ni God na I want you to know that I have created you and you are my property. Sa mind sa mga Israel dili ni siya something na lisod sabton sa ila. Kaya naman, they were once a slave and they were owned by Egypt. And so when they learned that God is our owner, ano na ginatawag nato na tangible understanding in their end. Pero kanato, lisod ni siya kay wala man tayo nga ng klase experiences. But we need to embrace this one tungod kay this is a critical point in our understanding about God. And so ang dakong challenge sa atong ginabuhi karon when we look at Genesis chapter 1. Okay, by the way, wala pa ta nag-exegesis sa Genesis, pero maghatag lang ng overview ninyo. So ang pangutana, mao na challenge. Kung mao na ang impression na gusto sa Ginoo, I want you to understand that you are my property, or I owned you. Mao na akong pangutana is that do we truly acknowledge God's ownership in our lives? Naabag true ownership ang Ginoo sa imong kinabuhi. Ikadua, does my life reflect that He is my master and my king? And ikatulo, does God's desire or plan is what I seek to know and try and strive to follow? Then ikaw pa, is God entirely involved the way I spend my life now? Lastly and finally, do I put a higher value on where His place is in every step or decision I've made? So, kung mao na impression ng ginahatag sa Ginoo, He is our owner, He is our creator, and therefore, He has all the right to say sa atong kinabuhi. Kung ako mingon, kung ang Ginoo mo ay na-right sa atong kinabuhi, He can never go wrong. Pero ang challenge is that, is He really involved? Is He really recognized as the owner of our life? Do we really recognize Him as the owner and creator of our life? Is my life a reflection of His image? If we are really honest sa ito ang kinabuhi, if we really evaluate our lives, makita nato na this is a call for us to come to God again in humility. Na makita nato na all our lives, kung honest kita sa itong kinabuhi, we will really detect na dili gyud owner si God, dili gyud sa owner, master, king in our lives. Sulod kay, even until now, naatay mga areas sa itong kinabuhi na it seems we don't want God to be involved sa atuang kinabuhi. And so therefore, what am I saying here is that it is critical in our understanding may tungod kung unsa gyud ang papel sa Ginoo sa atong kinabuhi. And number one of His major role na gusto natong masabtan nato karon is that I know nga we accept the reality that God is the maker of all things. Pero ang lisod daw ato is that, do you accept the reality that He owns you and He owns your life? And so therefore, kung mauna siya, we belong to Him. We are His property. And if we are His property, then we acknowledge His ownership in our lives. Adunay istorya mahitungod sa ATS o usa ka bear. Minaw manid kay nindot na siya nga reflection sa story. The ATS, ano sa ATS? Ang ATS ang tao nga nag-claim sa iyang kaugalingon na why Ginoo o di sa siya motulong na Ginoo. That's an ATS. Nagkaya niya na ay isa ka bear. Okay, the story goes on like this. An ATS was walking through the woods, admiring all the accidents that the evolution had created. Ano na yung concept nila? What majestic trees, what powerful rivers, what beautiful animals, he said to himself. As he was walking alongside the river, he heard a rustling in the bushes behind him. Turning to look, he saw a 7-foot grizzly bear charging towards him. Kita si bear, pagulong sa iyo. He ran away as fast as he could. He ran away as fast as he could up the path. He looked over his shoulder and saw the grizzly was closing. Somehow he ran even faster, so scared that tears came to his eyes. Nahilak na sa nilagan. Kay hapit na yun sa mapsan. He looked again and the bear was even closer. His heart was pounding and he tried to run even faster. He tripped and fell to the ground. He rolled over to pick up himself up, but the bear was right over him, reaching for him with its left paw and raising its right paw to strike him. So reaksyonan na siya sa bear o strike. At that instant, the atheist cried, "Oh God, help!" Time stopped. Muno ang tanan. The bear froze. The forest was silent. Even the river stopped moving. As a bright light shone upon the man, a voice came out of the sky. Then God said, "You deny my existence for all these years. Teach others that I don't exist, and even credit creation to a cosmic accident. Do you expect me to help you out of this predicament? Am I to count you as a believer?" The atheist looked directly into the light and said, "I would feel like a hypocrite to become a Christian after all these years, but perhaps you could make me a bear. But perhaps you could make the bear a Christian." Sumoy hangip. Lord, ang Christian na lang mo ang bear, ayun na. Kaya hypocrite ang iyang feeling. Okay? Ngayon ang Ginoo, very well. The light went out, the river ran, the sound of the forest resumed. Then the bear dropped his right paw, brought both paws together, bowed its head, and spoke. So nadakpan na yun siya. Kung niya, gunita na yun siya sa bear. Ang naitabo diri is that the bow ang bear, niya na yun siya, "Lord, for this food which I am about to receive, I am truly thankful." Kristiyano ginang bear. So mga nagpasalamat siya sa Ginoo sa pagkaon ng iyang nadakpan. Kung may implication sa story, how many times we come to God only because we are in desperation, but in reality we are denying His importance in our daily lives. It's very true. One in the challenge na we have a concept of God. We believe upon God. We believe that He exists. We believe that He created us, and we believe that He is the one that created all things. But the major problem is that we never recognize His lordship and His ownership over our lives. And so I hope and I pray as we journey together in seeking to understand who God is as our Creator, we will together discover kung sa Diyos ang role sa Ginoo sa ato ang kinabuhi, and how is life designed by God according to His sovereignty. And so therefore, we need to come before the Lord as our Creator. And so, sa next Sunday, atong tanaw ang idea kung paano ihatag ni God impression that He is a Creator. And He is the master designer of our lives, even the things na atong makita. And so mo na siya implication. Lord Jesus, we